know that you are someone with talents, that you're gifted, that the divine has been flowing through you and you have this art to share. Wherever you're putting your art towards and the energy that you're creating, you have to share it in order for people to see it. No matter how crazy or delusional your vision may be, you have to be a little bit delusional to be able to even imagine something and be highly motivated towards that. So there's a difference between being actually delusional and being highly motivated to achieving your goals and make your vision huge. It's time for you to shine. So either you can start playing big and move aside from playing small and hiding behind other people's light. Oh, my alarm just went off. Quit hiding behind people's light so you aren't afraid to show your own. Because a lot of the times we are afraid to step out and shine because of the fear of what people will think of us. My alarm just went off on my phone. I'm not going to edit that part out. Why? Because I'm not afraid of what people will think of that. Whether if I lose a little bit of a viewer time frame or whatever, most importantly, I'm able to turn that into something useful. So whether if it's a mistake or you feel embarrassed, whatever is leading you towards just a little bit more, being more vulnerable in your truest expression of self, the more you allow your divine self to flow through you, it's okay to make those mistakes. Because the moment you become the most likable person on earth is the moment you become what? Do you know? The most fakest person on earth. If you're going to serve and people please people and make art specifically for others rather than the way you prefer it for yourself, let's say you are making music, right? And you're comparing yourself to other artists and it doesn't sound like them. Think about that for a moment. You're not allowing yourself to truly shine through. And if you're thinking about the people that are going to listen to your music, yeah, I mean, there's rules. There's arrangement rules and rhythm and things that you may want to focus on, right? There is structure. But if you're only focusing on pleasing the crowd or pleasing others, how are you going to attract the people that love the music that you actually make, that resonates with you? I think there was this one artist, this EDM artist a while back, who everybody loves his dubstep style. Actually, I do know who it is. I'm not going to name it. And then he created this new album that was a little bit more chill and whatnot. And people really weren't ready for it. And he played it live. And people didn't like that, right? Because he moved into this new thing. And all the other artists were supportive. And they're like, hey, we're really happy that you moved into this and stepped through it. You know, this is a whole new perspective. And I think he warned people. Point is, though, create what your soul craves. If we don't navigate through the people who aren't meant for us or to receive our message or our music, we're never going to navigate to the people that are ready to see it, hear it, and be there for us, who are ready to love us for what we create. So let go of the fear. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to sound like other artists. It has to sound like you. Yes, there's quality involved, especially if you're an EDM producer like me. There's quality, right? And it depends on the standard you hold yourself to that quality. That's on you. That's part of your art. How good are you going to make your art? How clear can you make it sound? How strong is your low end going to go through? Are you going to have phasing issues? How much are you going to put in to create the best quality art to share with others? That's the difference. Versus, oh, I have to make this kick so perfect, otherwise the crowd isn't going to like it. No, it just has to make sure it punches through and doesn't create a bunch of mud. As long as you like how it sounds, I guarantee you people will. The rule is, though, if it sounds muddy and weird and it's not punching through everything else, if it's not sidechained correctly, you're not going to have a kick. It could be phasing issues. So that's a problem, right? So there's the structure. So the point is evolve you to the standard that you want to keep yourself at. Because the question is how high are you willing to go to have the purest form of your self-expression so people can see it and hear it clearly. And this goes into all aspects of any part of your life. Whether if it's a business and you have a service or a product, you want to be a life coach, that's something else I do. I'm constantly learning and conditioning my mind and reprogramming myself to provide the best content I can, the best way I can coach people through their problems. And instead of me just saying, oh yeah, this and that, like, I had to also step back and not be the star of the show and allow people to have their own breakthroughs and ask them questions that lead them to a deeper understanding of who they are. Why do you think this is happening? Versus telling them the answer. I ask, why do you think this is happening? Is this really what you want to keep happening? What do you think your options are? If we still can't figure it out, I always ask, hey, you want me to be the GPS and I can give you your routes and you can pick which one works best for you? And we can look at them together and we can see how we can handle this. How can we communicate this? How can we express this? And the main thing is it's learning. Coaching is about learning how to become better for yourself, right? So what I focus with that is showing someone how to navigate life into being the best version of themselves, of how they actually envision themselves. So when I take the vision of who they want to be, it's my focus to get them to point A to point B, that best version of them. And I also do the work to find out, what do they need to know? How do we need to get them there? What are their struggles? What are we dealing with? I put in this much dedication towards people because I care and I love people, and I struggled for so long in my life, and the quality of my work is a reflection of me. So you have to put these things in yourself and your process and show up and raise the bar. Constantly keep programming and learning new things. I'm constantly doing that. And don't wish for your life to get easier. Wish for you to get better. That's how you keep raising your standards. That's how you increase the quality of your work, no matter how hard it gets. Because guess what? The harder it is, easier it will be later. You ever see an artist who's been doing art for years, their whole life? I think there was this one story where there was a famous artist. Somebody found them at a restaurant. They went up to them like, oh, could you just draw me like something neat on a napkin? Right? And then they're like, all right, here you go. And they drew it. It took them 5 minutes. It was pretty rad. And they asked for like $3,000 for it. And they were like, what the heck? You just did that in 5 minutes. Why would I pay you that? Because of the years of quality and effort and work and everything they've done and how much they've raised their standard. They know their value. You can create masterpieces in 5 minutes, because what would take you 5 minutes to do right then in that moment would have taken you months to create in the past. And that's how it was for me with EDM production. What I would create in 2-3 months, I can now do in 2-3 hours, right? I had to work through so many different hurdles. And the point is, though, here's the trick, and this is what I challenge you to focus on. Don't give up on your dreams, on your visions. Don't start to buy in other people's beliefs. That it's not possible for them. The people who call you delusional, or that's crazy, or that's too much, who do you think you are to be doing that? That's all a projection of their own inner wounds, because they don't believe it's possible for them, or they're just not even interested in that topic or category. But I guarantee you, if they haven't taken action towards something that's more fulfilling towards them, it's because they're dealing with their own inner struggles and they're too afraid to start going that way. They think other people will give them that projection as well. Keep going. Don't be afraid. You got this. Much love. Peace.